welcome to this week's episode of the VFL show from Lulie Street. I'm Marcus Wagner, and after 2 wins in a row, it's official, the lid is off. Isn't that right, Pebs?
Look, mate, I'm a coach, so we'll keep the lid on.
No, lid's off. Caff, tell us about the game.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. Awesome game up there in Bendigo. The boys coming off a great win the previous week against Footscray and against another quality opponent in Geelong. And under lights up there at Queen Elizabeth Oval, and the fans are pumped to have footy up there. It was a really entertaining first quarter, 4 goals each, and in wet conditions as the boys have sort of gotten used to playing in over the last couple of weeks as well.
As we saw, Michael Steele kicked 4 goals for the game. What a fantastic effort. He's kicked 6 in the past 2 weeks, so it's a real focal point.
Playing really well, isn't he? There's a theme of the day, Collingwood's pressure. Managed to kick goals from turnovers and free kicks, and it's fantastic to see from the boys, as we spoke about last week.
There's Pebs.
Pride ourselves on.
It was cold that day, Wag.
Mason Cox versus Dawson Simpson. Sol on the ruck was a big battle all day and held himself really well.
Yeah, it's a huge battle there. You know, Dawson Simpson probably had the better of him, but Mason could hold his head up high. He fought the game out really well as our sole ruckman for the day, with a little bit of help from Corey Galt. But he was good, Coxie.
A few big grabs there, as we saw, from Jordan DeGoey.
Yeah, Faz there in number 40. What's that all about?
Yeah, we've got to work things out in the VFL, mate, with Luke Gaddy there as the GM, and he's got to get things sorted. But here we have the match recap, 14-8 to 12-11. Again, another good week of kicking straight for the VFL side. Still with 4 goals for Solo with 3, Galty, Kennedy with 2, Abbott, Hallier and Blair with singles. As you can see, the disposals there. Player rankings.
I'm a massive fan of player rankings. I guess the good thing about player rankings is they take into account whether it's a contested or uncontested possession, whether it's effective, where on the ground you have it, and what time of the game. As you can see here, 3 of our players scored elite. That's in the top 10% of all players recorded. Ben Kennedy on top with 116, and rounding out 5th and 6th, Pendlebury and Steele, who both scored 86, which is still above average for their position. Now, the team is slightly concerned here at Lulie Street. We haven't heard back from our reporter Sam Gaston, who had a massive night on the town in Bendigo on Saturday night. Our producers tracked down the following message, which at this stage is his final report ever filed.
Thanks, Wags. Well, it's 2200 hours. I'm at Queen Elizabeth Oval in Bendigo. It's raining, it's cold. I'm not really sure what I'm still doing here. I'm not sure if this video is going to get to you, but I'll tell you what I need to tell you now, just in case. It was a 9-point win to the Collingwood VFL side here on Saturday night, under lights at Queen Elizabeth Oval. After the match, I had a chance to chat to Dale Tapping and Jordan DeGoey.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Obviously, the boys just put out a really good effort and got the results in the end. But I think everyone put in 110%, and then that led to the end result. So overall, really happy. Oh, it's just good to get the sit. Obviously, Corey Galt put it up there for me, and just got a good jump at it and rode it all the way to the ground. So I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, I think I've done pretty well the last few weeks. So. Obviously it's up to the coaching staff, but I'm just going to keep trying to put my hand up there, and hopefully they look into me for selection. But if not, I'll just come back here and just play my role for the team. And it's just once I get that opportunity, I just got to make sure I take it.
Yeah, fabulous last quarter. It was the boys are really good, and we're getting some pretty good connection, and young boys are coming in and playing the way that we need them to play, and particularly if they get opportunities at AFL level. And it's positive. So we're happy, and have an enjoyable trip home. Look, Jordan DeGoey continued to progress again, been really powerful around the ball, but playing his role really well. I think that's the most important thing. I think he's really starting to understand the requirements of and the expectations as a mid, and he's quite dynamic when he gets forward, and he can hit the scoreboard. So he's again making great progression.
Geez, I'm a bit worried for Gas. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, so do I, mate. Haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a few days, to tell you the truth. So I saw him at the game, but that's the last I've seen of him.
Well, if anyone manages to see him, can you contact the club, please? Now, before we manage to leave the ground, managed to catch up with Greg Camilleri and get his fan votes for the week.
So my 3 votes for today would go to Jordan DeGoey. He's been fantastic out there. My 2 would go to little Ryan Pendlebury. He down backline, he's been fantastic. And the 3rd vote will go to Mason Cox, who I think has fought really hard against Dawson Simpson out there all night.
Thanks, Greg, for your fan vote with Mason Cox. Had a good game, but my Subway player of the round was Alex Fasolo, who was the match winner of the game. He performed pretty well in our forward line and with a little bit of a stint in our mids. But as you can see there, he kicked our first goal of the game and kicked our last goal of the game with the match winner after taking a huge hanger in our forward line. As I said, he went into the mids, only for a short stint, but played most of the game as a forward. What really impressed me is that some of the hunt and aggression he showed in keeping the ball inside 50, which is something that we've really been working on with Faz over the past few weeks.
And that's probably the thing that's going to get him back in the senior side, isn't it? That forward 50 pressure.
There's no doubt about that, Kath. The more that he can turn over the ball inside our 50, kicking goals is a big part of playing forward, but a huge part of playing forward is keeping that ball inside 50. As you can see, his disposals, 16, contested possessions, 9, and 3 goals as my player of the week.
Well, the number 40 must be rubbing off at Collingwood after Seeds' Anzac Day performance, so...
Luke Gaddy needs to get his ship in order down there at the VFL at Lulie Street.
Yeah, Kath, can you show us the ladder for this week?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. As we cross there and have a quick look at the ladder, you can see Collingwood's managed to climb up a couple of spots. We've moved up to 12th now, which is great to see with the 2 victories over the last couple of weeks. And 10 of the 15 teams sitting on 2 wins, and Richmond is one of them who we've got this week. So we've got the double header this week. So if you want to make a big day of it, get down there to Punt Road Oval, watch the boys take up against a really quality Richmond VFL team, and then after that you can get down to the G and see the seniors play as
Curtain
well.
raiser down at Punt Road just before the AFL game, just to bring the family along before the big game.
Yeah, just stroll up the road to the G and have a double Collingwood win on a Sunday would be fantastic.
That would be an awesome day.
Now, a groundbreaking segment we have here at From Lulie Street is From the Social Outer. This thing is taking off in a big way. This week, Magpie Bat decided to call the last moments of the game, and here we have it. Pebs, run us through the start part.
Great Chase Williams holding the ball from 50. Sets it to the hot spot for Solo.
What a hanger! And from 25 metres, Diff, whatever Diff is, delivers the killing blow.
This thing is over, 92 to 76. I think he was pretty pumped there, Magpie.
Oh, geez, that's one of the great all-time calls. I think that's up there with the Sam Gaston / Luke Mason doyens of live chat. We are trending globally, boys, with the hashtag Lulie. So if you want to be on From the Social Outer, make sure you flick us a tweet to hashtag Lulie, and we'll hopefully get you on next week. But boys, what a wonderful show. We'll see you next week. Go VFL Pies.
Go the Pies.